You know when we're good? Here we go. Grand Rising, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kings and queens, and everybody in between. This is Ptah Shakur. This is the Ptah Shakur Speaks program coming every Monday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. here on, go ahead and cancel that out there. We're coming here live on TikTok. Got TikTok on this channel. We got White Rose Community Television on this channel. And then we also got, we're going on live on Facebook. So I'm going to try my best to, we're working out the kinks here. I don't know why this screen is coming up, but we're doing our due diligence, making sure that this information gets out to everybody. But before I do, I'm going to make sure I share this particular communique on Facebook. So take this time right now, get a pad and paper, get some veggie straws, get a nice little Izzy drink. You know, we don't want to prescribe those type of snack foods that don't mean that is doing detriment to our health. We don't want to do that. So we definitely don't want to promote that. So I'm going to go ahead and share this to all my beautiful followers out there. Shout out to my YouTube subscribers, my 150 YouTube subscribers. We just started this channel not too long ago, but already we have quite a bit of individuals that have shared this particular page with their loved ones, people you care about. And so I greatly appreciate that. So now that that's shared on Facebook, you ready? TikTok, you ready? I'm going to try to get to your comments when I can, and also White Rose Community Television. Here we go. So, like I said, Grand Rising, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kings and queens, and everybody in between. This is the Ptah Shakur Speaks program. And if you look on the bottom little header right there, make sure that I'm coming out loud and clear. Please give me a sound check if you do not hear me. How to break the trance with gratitude. So we're going to go into gratitude a little bit and show you energetically, that's how you can basically reset yourself. If those who have been watching my program for a while understand that I speak about the map of consciousness, which basically starts at the lower realm of, say, sadness and depression, all the way up to the highest levels of bliss, love, peace, and understanding. We're all fitting in those particular, that map. And so those individuals that are on the lower end of that, and you're getting racked with fear and outrage as the mass media wants to kind of put that out to you. So I got some information to help raise your consciousness, because we are living in that time, like I said, in the scriptures and scrolls that said, behold, I seen a new heaven and new earth, for the old earth has passed away. So we are living in the times of revelation right now, and I got what you need to make sure that you are energized and actually working and becoming the best version of yourself. Like always, warning! The information you hear may excite you, may depress you, may trigger you, may cause a myriad of emotions, but I promise you, the information that I present to you is scientifically backed. You can go ahead and prove it. I will lead anyone. This is a live call-in show, by the way, 717-846-5067. So I will provide different references and things for you to go ahead and do your due diligence. Use that noodle, like I said earlier before. You got to use that discernment. No more are we following so-called spiritual authorities or religious authorities or even political authorities. This is the time where every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess, every tub shall sit on its own bottom. So you can't blame anybody at this particular time if you head down the wrong path. And this is a crucial time, which I will get into with my little affirmation. So, like I said, warning, information you hear may cause a myriad of emotions to stir up. Please call in. I would love to do my due diligence to kind of explain what's going on, because a lot of the information that I'm sharing is not readily available in the mass media or in the school system. So I wish that it was, but it isn't. So with that, I'm going to go into a little bit about what this program is about, is helping individuals become the greatest version of themselves. So if you go ahead and go to Ptah Shakur, where am I here? Ptah Shakur. That's how you spell it right there. It's a little backwards. I apologize. Go on YouTube and see the plethora of videos that I've already put out. Videos that kind of share what particular foods are highest superfood frequencies to help us change our DNA structure, so we can actually imbue and actually gather this wonderful energy that is building up right now, such as eating sea moss, shilajit, going out for walks, going out to nature. I know you all feel it. You all know there's a change going on. You feel it going on inside of your body. You may have already started seeing repeating numbers. You have already started having ringing in your ears. You've already started having slight precognition abilities. Remember what that Yeshua, yes, I say Yeshua, not Jesus, what Yeshua actually shared is that greater work shall ye do. This is the stage that we're living in right now. So we're going to notice some of those latent abilities start to become active in one another. And so this program is to help you with that. I will be going into meditation, mindfulness, like I said, the map of consciousness, so you can understand the divinity that resides inside of you. No longer you got to look outside yourself and put your focus there. Remember, where your focus goes, so goes your power. So I will, well, before I close out, it's only an hour-long broadcast. I'm trying to get through everything right now as soon as possible. However, I'll be leading everyone through a simple breathing exercise to do. And I promise you that when you do this, and I know you'll get in contact with your real enemy, your true enemy, he that exists in me, which is something simple as just breathing. And you can find yourself actually getting in contact with the co-pilot, and when you reach that certain level of enlightenment in your mind, it changes your perspective a little bit of what's going on, which is really, really key at this time. But without further ado, I'm going to go into my little affirmation, then I get into the crust of the information. If you do want to call in, like I said, number 717-846-5067, or please put a comment. I'm going to try my due diligence to pay attention to all this. So, I know my place in truth. I know what I am in truth. I know how I serve in truth. I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. I'm in the upper room. God is, God is, God is. I, Ptah Shakur, I pledge to look for the best in each and every circumstance and in each and every one, especially starting with myself. I come from love, I am love, and I choose to look at the world through the lens of love. I commit myself to choosing the upper room towards vibrating at the highest level possible. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am free, I am free, I am free. Behold, I make all things new. For those that don't know, affirmations are really, really key to actually positively contaminate your next day, your next move, your next scene. By saying I am, whatever you put behind I am is the powers of the universe that you actually pull to yourself. So we're not going to say anything negative about ourselves. We're going to say I am powerful, I am rich, I am abundant, and things of that nature. And that actually hence activates the powers of the universe. You believe it or not? I was saying millionaires don't believe in these particular ideas that I'm sharing, but billionaires do. They understand the laws and principles of creation, which check my YouTube page. I've gone into that quite a bit. So it may sound blasphemous, it may sound arrogant, but however, like I said, whatever you put behind I am, that's what you charge yourself to be. I am the omnipotent, all-powerful intelligence that's governing this here mind-body complex. I am the president of divine harmony, and I'm always connected to the frequency of the heart of God, and I now bring forth solutions to change myself and to change the world. See how you got to do that? Once you change yourself and you start to, basically you choose whatever timeline that you want to use. Every moment of choices that we make in our lives, we bring about a new reality, a new timeline for ourselves. So in order to change the world, you got to change yourself first. And you got to have unconditional love for yourself before you can have love for anyone else. So like I said, I am the limitless door which no man can shut. I am the mighty presence of divine source in action. In short, I'm your brother. Shorter, I'm you. I'm a catalyst for change, role model, youth advocate, transformational life coach, Reiki practitioner, entrepreneur, spiritual guide, and channel. I am a rebel, so rebel. I can sing, y'all. Check me out on karaoke. I get it. But I am a rebel, here to uninstall cowardlessness. I, Ptah Shakur, seek to shed light on the daily atrocities that are facing you and I. We used to call the elites, but we're going to call them the bullies today. Believe it or not, these bullies are orchestrating power, and they seek control over you and I, and their end game is closer than you think. I see you there, TikTok. I intend to promote nothing but love, light, education, motivation for anybody that's trying to understand the current cosmic changes that's going on right now in every animate and inanimate being. Yes, you that's listening at home, your DNA is transferring from a carbon-based structure to a crystalline structure. This is the time that's written about, like it says, the 3D, 5D split. Yes, all of that is going down. So if you're pulling air right now, I got tremendous respect for you, regardless of whatever your acronyms is, whatever your religious persuasion, whatever your political affiliation. If you're here right now at this particular time, it's for all the marbles right now. I'm a dangerous man to those elites, aka bullies, and their shadow government that's been corrupting the world since the 1950s. If you don't believe me, you need to do some more research about the industrial military complex. It is crumbling and all around us. And so the new is peeking out. I don't know if you all can see it. If you're all in the upper room, meaning that you understand that you are a God divine being and you do your due diligence to share your love and light with the world, I salute you. Starseed salute. If you're in the middle of the track, you're still trying to ascertain whether the information you get from your religious authorities or whatever constructs or belief systems are indoctrinated that you were doused in, born in sin and baptized in iniquity. You may be trying to break through some of those belief systems, and you're starting to see that the matrix around you is collapsing ever so slowly. Yeah, that's who I'm talking to you. I'm asking you to do your due diligence and your discernment and research everything that I'm sharing. And it's a live call-in number. The phone is right there. I'm pointing at it. Go ahead and call in 717-846-5067. I see you, TikTok. Go ahead and put some comments in there. Facebook, put some comments on there as well. I'll do my promise. I'll try to get to it before this program is over. It's over at 9 p.m. sharp. TikTok, you can't go over hours. So, like I said, I'm a dangerous man for all those individuals and individuals that are willfully participating in your own energetic enslavement. This is not the channel for you. There was a book that was written talking about the fall of America. I recommend everyone get a copy of that and see which those words that was written on that page back in the 1950s, 60s. All of that is being shared at this particular time. Like I said, this is the time with the return of the Christ consciousness, the Mahdi. This is that particular time right now. And the Christ consciousness is here. Yes, it is. And it's making its way. So for those that really want to pay attention to this program. You might learn something. So, those that identify as feminine, I don't care what your acronyms or what your letters is, or we need your vision. We need your energy to help correct the ills that we experience in this particular society based off of this over-masculinated idea. If you are a masculine, I'm asking you to join me with this mindset. We will rather live like men rather than die like cowards. And I'm asking everyone to do what you can to help the human family at this time right now. Help the youth, help elderly individuals, anyone. This is time for love and light. This is the time that Jesus spoke about right now. Yeshua, this is the time for that to be expressed right now. To all my YouTube subscribers, remember, you are eternal beings with forever being just a fraction of eternity. You are beautiful, powerful children of the most divine grid programmer. To all my hooded youth, we love you. You just see me here, but trust and believe. I got people behind me. I got a support structure, and they believe wholeheartedly in the things that I'm sharing with you right now. We believe that the youth right now are some of the oldest souls in creation that are now reincarnated. Energy does not die. It just transfers. Reincarnated at this key crucial point in time. Did I mention that the earth is actually waking up and that the center core of the earth is slowed down in its rotation and started to reverse the other way? Did I mention that underneath of Africa right now, and particularly the country of Kenya, is actually splitting asunder because there is a new geological body, the supercontinent, making its way up? This is the greatest time to be alive, folks. So if you're breathing air right now, I don't care what happened in your day before this program, you're going to leave this particular time when you can log off or whenever you choose to, understanding that this is the greatest time to be alive, and we have a grand duty to perform at this particular time. To all my star seeds, wanderers, indigo children, angelic souls, hear me. We are the new founding fathers of this creation. And I'm asking everyone that's out there to firstly get in contact with the great divine that exists within inside of you. Get in contact with that divine love and appreciation for yourself. We all fall short in the eyes of the Lord. However, gratitude. We're going to get into that. That's one of the quickest ways to bring your energy up, because you got energy vampires all around you sucking all your energy out. This is the quickest way to kind of reset that, and you keep on moving forward. So share that. Find that unconditional love for yourself. Give a dollop, a smidget, a tad, a spoonful. Give a little bit of that to your fellow human beings that are walking around the face of the earth, masquerading in physical flesh, imagining that they're not you, but they're the different reflections of you. And so with that, I would never hurt myself, never kill myself. I'm a happily married man, looking to be a pillar of my community. And so with that, that's my little intro to kind of share with you a little bit about what I'm about. Now, what do I have to share for this particular time? If you are paying attention, and I'm sure some of you are, will it be the NBC Nightly News or the CBS News or whatever type of news outlet that you can pull your little chair up to and look at that boob tube. That's old school. Used to call it TV boob tube back in the day. Whether it being expressed right now, it seems to be a very tumultuous time that we're living in. Particularly with this new administration that actually came in, we see a lot of changes going on. Understand this. Change is the most unwanted thing in creation. However, it is the thing that is the most consistent. So once we're trained, there's a lot of things that's moving in right now, and how we actually take that change in our hearts and how we move forward is really, really key and crucial at this particular time. So before I move into that any further, I need to do a little bit of explanation of who you are. Yes, you. If you can hear the sound of my voice, you there in TikTok land, you are a powerful being. You are powerful beyond measure. There's a famous poem. I know it was shared in the Coach Carter. It said, "What are we afraid of the most?" What we are afraid of the most is not that we are insignificant. What we're afraid of is that we are infinitely powerful beyond measure. We are meant to shine like children do. And so when you do shine your light, you subconsciously give others the right to shine their lights. And this is the time for all the marvels, like I was sharing before, is to make sure you share that light. You are not an ocean and drop. You are a drop in the ocean. You are a beautiful, powerful being that actually interacts with the physical world around you. What am I talking about? I told you at the very beginning to make sure you get a pad and paper, because I'm actually going to be sharing instances for you to go check for yourself. One thing is called the double slit experiments. I don't have time at this particular time to break all the different nuances of how the double slit experiments work, but just know for a surety, for those right there that I just pricked your consciousness that's going on DuckDuckGo. Yeah, that's right, DuckDuckGo. We don't want to do Google. You don't want to find the things that you research and actually pop up on your news feed, on your TikTok, or your Facebook. So please, just go do the DuckDuckGo. You don't have to worry about all that. And when you do, you'll find out that yes, you that's listening at home, that table, that coffee table, that sofa, that picture that's hanging on your wall with dear old mom, the picture frame, everything in your physical surroundings actually you're relating to it on an energetic level. You might just say, hey, I'm a physical being, I can see there's walls and things around me, and for me to get out, I gotta go this way. And this world of the matrix, this matrix world of form, is not as form as you think it is. Believe it or not, if you would take every single atom in your body and you would compress every atom, for those of my science-minded individuals, you understand how the nature of how an atom is. That an atom is 99% space. So you got your proton, you got your electron, but 99% of that is space. So if you was collapse all of the atoms that comprise your body, you would be able to fit every single part of you, which is physically you, on the tip of a pencil. Wait a second. But I got feelings and nerves and everything. What's going on? Basically, we are living in a simulation. We're living in a matrix. And so this information is sharing with you how you can utilize that knowledge to bring forth money, good homes, friendships, all walks of life. Anything you can desire, anything that you want, you magnetically pull that into your space. That's the definition of karma or dharma. Understanding that everything operates in a torus field, and the energy that comes off of you reaches the edges of space. I'll pause for dramatics. So, understand that where your focus goes, there also lies what you are attracting and bringing to your life. I think I did mention a little bit about that affirmation. So, when you say things like, I am abundant, I am beautiful, I am powerful, the universe is listening. When you say, I want this particular thing, the universe is listening. So make sure that we are being very intentional of the things that we want to bring into our lives. For instance, if you want to have a beautiful car, be very, very specific. Tie your emotions into it as well. I shared this when I was a youth counselor, and I do have some information that I do present to youth. I think it's on the side here. And so this is one of the information. So what I share with you that if you want to have a beautiful car, be very specific as far as what you want. Say, I want a red exterior, a tan interior. I want to have a sunroof. I want to have tinted windows. And then you tie your emotions. You use the power of your imagination. You didn't know you had superpowers, now did you? This is February 24th, 2025. And you're hearing from Ptah Shakur. Is sharing with you, yes, you have superpowers at home. One of those superpowers is you have the ability, like I was sharing, to bring in whatever it is that you're focused on. So what does that mean? That means if you have that car that you want, make sure you use what's called vision boards. Vision boards, speaking to your success team, constantly have it on your mind, and you will bring, the more you focus on that, the more the universe says, oh, okay, this is what you want? Well, I'm going to start the process. It's a period of time between be and is. So you have to do your due diligence to make sure that you are doing the work. Continually focus on what you want and then do a little small things every day to move forward to that goal. And I promise you, you will show your superpower and you will bring whatever that thing is, whatever that job is, whatever that person is, whatever that car is. It cannot resist you. You have natural abilities to have what it is you want. Oh, but we find ourselves falling through pitfalls nowadays, folks. We find ourselves still driving that raggedy car. Find ourselves in that raggedy relationship or in that raggedy job. Well, how is that so, Ptah? Being that what you said, and I got an answer for you. The person sounds just like me. What I'm sharing with you is that when we do share this key thing of what we want, anybody can sit around and say, oh, this is what I want. However, do we let our enemy, he that exists in me, detract or pull away our confidence or start to put seeds of doubt into our mind that actually turns our attention where we start focusing on things that we don't want? Hence, the universe gives us things that we don't want. Got an example for you. If you wanted that beautiful red car with the tan interior and the tinted windows and a little tree thing hanging there, a little air freshener, we find ourselves thinking about that, and then immediately we say, I want to get that car because this car that I got, oh, it's a piece of crap. You got 3 wheels, the window is cracked, the AC never works. So when we focus on the things that we don't want in our lives, the universe just sits back and says, okay, I hear Ptah Shakur speaking about a car with 3 wheels and a cracked windshield and the AC don't work. Oh, that must be what he wants. And it continues to give us. And that's the same thing if you're in a relationship. You find yourself out of that relationship with that person. The name changed, but the person didn't. Because you're too busy. Hey, I need to find me a man. I need to find me a man that can do thus and thus and so. Because, man, I got, oh, my goodness, my history with men is terrible. They're all alcoholics. They're all drunks. They're all stealing money from me. Then you're focusing on that. And then fast forward a month or so, and guess who shows up at your door? The same version of the individual that you were trying to, excuse me, knock my glasses over. The same version of individual that you were trying to get away from. You don't understand it. You are manifesting this reality. You, every tub shall sit his own bottom. You can't blame no one. Can't blame the devil. Can't blame God. Can't blame Jesus. Can't blame no one but yourself. So, it's this ignorance. And if you don't believe me, go ahead and take your dollar bill out. Now you got a couple of them. I got a couple of them too. Not too many. I got a couple of them. But if you look on the back of the dollar bill, you see that pyramid. And that pyramid has the eye of Horus, which is supposed to represent the eye of knowledge. Why is it that the eye of Horus that's in that particular capstone, why is it separated from the rest of the pyramid? This goes into what I'm saying is how to break the trance. Believe it or not, you and I, regardless of what city, state, or country you live in, we are living in a energetic matrix trance that is keeping us from understanding the power that exists inside of us and how we can utilize the laws and principles of creation to bring everything that we need. Believe it or not, 1% of the population owns 99% of the wealth, resources, and they're going for 99.9. Because if you let them, they will certainly do that. But this is the Great Awakening, y'all. This is the time to really learn what's going on. And hence, this is the purpose of what I'm here to do. And we're going to do nothing but just grow and get bigger. TED Talks coming out to you very shortly. Anybody want to go ahead and hit me up? I'm willing to travel. Send a plane, send a car, send a train. Ptah Shakur will come to you. But back to what I was saying. So when you start to share, start to manifest what it is that you want, you realize real quick, that you have an enemy that exists inside you. No longer you need to look up, down, 7 times the heat of the sun underneath our feet, but we can't feel the heat. Hey, where is this confusion coming from? Believe it or not, we are living in a world where individuals that have that knowledge, that inside of that capstone, they do not want to share with you or not. They take it and put the little key and kind of throw it away. However, it will not work. We're living in the Great Awakening time like I was sharing with you right now. But you do. Check that double slit theory before I move on. Double slit experiments prove that you and I have the ability to decide whether physical matter collapses into a wave or coagulates into a physical form. Yes, you are living in right now, that I'm speaking to right now, you have superpowers that you had no idea that you have. So, before I'm moving in, so these different events you hear going on, you hear government shutdown. Let me just go off the top of the head here. You hear about migrants being taken away. You hear a myriad of changes that's going on. And trust and believe, change is the most unwanted thing in creation. And we know who doesn't like change the most? That enemy that exists inside of your head. It does not like change. Yes, what I mean by that, I'll give you another example. If you ever find yourself wanting to exercise, work out, summer's coming up. We're here in the Northeast, it's kind of frigid. It's beautiful today. However, you find yourself New Year's resolutions, or you might say, get a nice, I want to go to the gym. Get a gym membership and everything. Get the matching sneakers and the sweatpants and the hoodie, and you're looking all decked out, and you want to go ahead into the gym. You open the door, it's kind of chilly. I might wait. What is that voice of self-imprisonment that speaks to us? You know what? I don't really need to work out. I'm just going to work this hand into this ice cream and this spoon. This is the working out that I'm going to do. And you find yourself constantly in a rut. Understand that is a part of you. It was put as a part of you from your very, very beginnings. Prehistoric man needed that. Body consciousness is what we call it. Body consciousness, when a prehistoric man is walking through the forest and he hears a twig snap, he doesn't have time to take that information and run it through his belief system, his indoctrination, what he believes is possible. It can't be anything in there because I haven't seen any. You don't have time to really break all that down. What happens? You hear it, your body starts to call fight or flight. That means your body actually has intelligence to tell you what you're going to do. You'll be halfway down out of the forest, and you're like, what happened? Some of us go sleepwalking. You might get behind the wheel of the cars, get in a nice little conversation, like, where am I going? You physically, your body was making turns, checking your windows, checking your mirrors and everything. What happened? That means your body is actually living your life for you. I'll say that again. Your body has been living your life for you. So when it comes time for change, such as when that COVID epidemic hit, that was a key time for everybody, because you're used to going to get your sandwich and going here and doing that and going to work and flirting with whoever about a water cooler, whatever your habits were. Your body was doing it. You're not even breathing right now. But we're going to go into that. How to bring control back into your body by using intention. Breathe to the count of 4, hold to the count of 4, breathe to the count of 8. So everybody out there, that's easy. Ptah Shakur, we know I can do it. I challenge you to find a nice quiet spot, and for 3 minutes a day, see if you can breathe into the count of 4, breathe, hold to the count of 4, and breathe out to the count of 8 before that enemy starts speaking to you. This is stupid. I don't know why we're doing that, doing this. But you will find, for those that consistently do that, you'll find a peace pull over you, and you're able to have a different perspective when you're looking out in the world. Like I read my little affirmation. I say, I am love. I see the world through the lens of love. So based off of how you see yourself is how you see the world. You get a whole different relationship with the world if you just change yourself. So, what you find yourself doing, and this is real key before I move on, and I got about 30 more minutes to go, so if anybody wants to call in, I can't really check Facebook right now. Facebook, I'm over here looking at you. So when you hear these different things going on in the news, you hear about mass shootings. Believe it or not, there are false flag operatives. There are individuals that are working within the capacity of the authorities that have a free green light to cause as much carnage, confusion, apprehension, and fear to keep us all in a period of a certain vibe where we're unable to awaken from. Yes, we got body snatchers out there, but Ptah Shakur got what you need in order to get out of that. Now, how do you get out of that? Regardless of what news you may hear, and trust and believe, you will hear some news. For individuals that have been part, go ahead and, not right now, wait till the program is over. But when you go to YouTube and go to Ptah Shakur, you go to one of the very first episodes I did in 2023, January, I believe. And I shared as far as be on lookout for what's going on in the sky. And this is that time where they talking about Chinese air balloons, but believe it or not, we got some more things to look up at that sky. Not of the drones or not of the we got some really interesting things popping that's going to happen. I also shared that the earth is going through a change, like I shared before, because the center mass of the earth is actually slowing in its rotation. That is throwing off the magnetic north. So yes, you're going to find more Arctic air in areas that are not Arctic. This is the new normal, folks. The earth is coming alive. Some areas will be subducted, going under the water. Some areas is going to be popping up. And so hence we're living on a dog that's basically been sleeping for the last 55,000 years. 5,500,000 years. And so we are going to experience certain things, but fret not. Everything that comes across your news ticker and your news feed or in the newspaper, to take that information in a very neutral way, in a very stoic way. Wait. I know what you might be saying. Wait a second, Phil. You got loss of life. You got all these different calamities and tragedies and wars going on. That was also written about in scriptures and scrolls. It said the wars and rumors of wars and insanity and cancer was running rampant. Is this not the time where insanity and cancer is running rampant? Is this not the time where there's wars and rumors of wars? Best believe some of those individuals that are at odds with one another have the same jerseys on more than you think. And so it's very, very key to look at these particular events objectively. Like, that's what's taking place, with neutrality or stoicism, or even better, look at it in a positive manner. So how can I learn from this? Or what can I do to benefit from this particular thing that's going on? I'm telling you because I'm telling you. For individuals that take it the opposite way, we will have a tendency to look at the world as though it's being ripped asunder, and that we're under some great chastisement from the Lord. And then we start to anticipate things that are of a negative vibration, and hence we cause a cluster of negativity to happen. Did I just say that if you want to have that beautiful car, to focus on what you want, not what you don't want? If you want that wonderful job, focus on that instead of what you don't have. That is hence how you create your reality. But those, and I just said, the individuals at the top, they know this information, and they do not want you and I to wake up to the divine power that we have. Because if we do, their game is over. Matter of fact, their game is already over. If you look at what's going on, you see mass corruption going on inside of our government. Money's being mishandled, dishandled. inappropriately. So we're starting to see that, like I said in my little intro, it's time for us to wake up and remove the wall that's over our eyes. And if you're in the middle track, this is for you. Do your due diligence. This may stick in the back of your mind for the next couple of days. Those that's in the slow bus, you've already changed the channel. You got plenty of things to entertain yourself. All the different housewives of every state that I don't even know all the different housewives. However, the key thing is, this is written about in Scripture as well, in Revelations in particular. It says, it's not to the quickest or the strongest, it's he that endures to the end. So what does that mean? That means you needed to endure all of the onslaught of communication and confusion that had the floodgates have opened to try to control our souls and actually have us focus in, the world's a terrible place. Because then we start to create more of that. But if you don't believe, what did the settlers find out when they came in contact with the Native Americans that made it rain for the rain dances? Believe it or not, rain dances is not something that you in a movie. It's something that was clearly demonstrated when the colonializers actually came to this particular part of the country. What they found is that the Native Americans consistently made it rain. Now, how did they do that? You might look through your books given to you by the Smithsonian or whomever. Woo! We got a question. The education system is failing, folks. This information has been hidden from you and I. But if you was asked a Native American individual, how did they make it rain? Did they call upon the rain spirits? The spirits of H2O? Did they do some special type of metallurgy? No. Instead, what they did is they used their superpower, like I mentioned to you not that long ago, is your imagination. That same power that we had when we were youths, before we got indoctrinated into this way of thinking. Believe it or not, it's in Scripture, says, born in sin and baptized in iniquity. What are they talking about? So when you was a child, you had the ability to use your imagination, and your brain was alive. There was a storm of activity, and you were interacting with different things on this dimension and in other dimensions. Watch little babies when they first come into this world. What are they over there looking at? But when we go into this world, we're sat down in a particular chair, and we're put in a 90-degree school with windows. Everything is 90-degree angles that doesn't even speak nature knowledge to us. And we learn about the state tree and the state flower. We learn all this particular rote memorization of information just to show how can we just coalesce into just one mind. And so we forego our imagination. We don't need imagination anymore. We need to find a job. We need to see how we can fit in this society that already exists. And that was the first sin that we start to focus and make ourselves malleable to the physical construct. When I just share with you, you have the ability to break free of the physical contract. So hence, the matrix begins when you start your schooling. But when you're young, you have the understanding how imagination actually brings things to your life, much like the Native Americans consistently made it rain by imagining the raindrops, imagining the mud splashing on between their toes, imagine the dried up mud on the back of their leg. That's how you make tremendous change. And so that is something that's been taken away from us. And so what I'm asking everybody out here before I move on to my next point is to make sure that you are gauging your news. Just turn the TV off. If you find yourself constantly needing to get a cigarette after watching the news, maybe you should try to turn the news off. I know when they say, well, we need the news, we might die. You won't die. I'm telling you to take 4 deep breaths in, hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then breathe to the count of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do it 2 more times. Breathe in to the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in one last time, folks. I know you're with me. Breathe in to the count of 4. Hold. Breathe out to the count of 8. And if you would do that and you would bring in the power of your imagination, imagine every breath that you take is a white energy, a light. It could be a ball of light. It could be a stream of light. It could be a cloud of light. Understanding by utilizing the imagination along with breathing and affirmations, you can break free of this trance and you really start to see almost like the Neo in the Matrix. You can kind of look and you can see the ones and the zeros. You can see where individuals are trying to steer us. Just like those cattle you see that the burgers going to the McDonald's getting steered to the slaughter. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are being steered into a slaughter, but it is unnecessarily so if you can break free of that trance by using some of the methods that I just shared with you. Looking at the clock right now, I got about 20 more minutes or so. Just this little rainbow breathing. This is something that I use for youth, along with love light water, which is really, really popular. You just take your water and understand the power of your words actually transforms what's around you. Like I said before, the power of spelling. That's why it's called spelling. Go to a spelling bee. You can actually cause spells. You can cause curses. You can cause a lot of different things. We're going to keep it on the positive. So we speak positive words like I am beautiful, I am powerful. So that, and those are looking at TikTok. I apologize. You really can't see. Somebody writing on there right now. But those that are watching on the White Rose Community Channel 16 and 18, and those on Facebook, you can see this way. Over here, you see this rainbow meditation. And so what you would do with that, you would take, starting at the red, and I'm going to do my best to try to follow along. There's a little bit of a delay. You want to breathe in until you move your finger to the other part of the rainbow. Wait, I'm over here. Yeah, there we go. So what you want to do is you breathe all the way. Inhale, inhale, inhale till you reach the end of that particular color. Then you come to the orange. You exhale. Go to the green. Inhale. There we go. It's a little delay. And then you exhale. So by tracing your finger, don't try to do it fast. I understand that your enemy that exists in you does not like change, I'm telling you. This is really, really key. The only enemy you have is the enemy that exists within inside of you. And that enemy does not like change at all. But you got to be nice to yourself. You got to understand this, that energy, that mind that speaks to us when we say that we're going to go put in an application to become assistant manager. Nah, district manager. At your position. You say, hey, you know what? I've been here for 20 years. It's about time that I get an upgrade. And you get all hyped up. Your wife hype you up. Your children's there. Rah, rah. And then you know you have a meeting on Monday morning. So the whole weekend, you're all geared up. You're like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and share with my supervisor. I'm going to become district and take this thing to a whole nother level. And then when you get into the meeting, at the very end of the meeting, okay. End of it is the meeting is about to end, and they ask for any questions, and you feel those heart palpitations, feel your heart beating out your chest. And as soon as you put your hand up, you get an internal voice that, man, put your hand down. And you start to speak to yourself. You know what? I don't really want to. I heard that when you're a district manager, they don't even pay you for gas mileage. I ain't got time for that. I need my gas mileage. So whatever that voice is telling you to keep you from changing, it will say whatever it needs to say to keep you in that same sad, depressive state. But the only way to break through from that, and I made this analogy when I was walking with my son one time, and I had my hands on the back of his back, and we was both moving at the same speed. And I shared with him, okay, well, stop your rate of speed. So he slowed down, but I kept up my rate of speed. Then I told him to stop. So he tried to stop, and then you hear it, I'm pushing him, and I made the analogy, that's how creation works. That's how reality works. I just mentioned that change is the most unwanted thing in creation, however, is the most consistent. So for yes, you that's listening at home right now, you have a special ability. You have a job to do. And in order for you to come into the understanding of what that job is, it's going to require you to do some different things. You may have to move out of the town you grew up in. You may have to move off the block that you live in. You may have to disassociate with certain individuals that's not a part of your success team. How would you do that? Because it's new, and that's something that will constantly bog on your mind and constantly pull you back. But like I said, if you know how to speak back to your mind and understand that was put into your being to keep you safe, but like an overbearing mother. Say, okay, well, thank you for considering me, but I'm going to raise my hand and I'm going to actually do that application to become a district manager. I'm actually going to go and move to a whole part of the world where nobody I know lives. Only because it scares the heck out of me. Hence, this is the reason why I'm doing this program, folks. Sitting here talking to you wonderful people, expressing myself here on TikTok, Facebook, and the White Rose Community Television. I'm being an example for everyone to do what scares you the most. Because when you do, you have to have more understanding of who you are, what you're capable of, and what's been holding you back. So, if you want to break through your trance that's being shared on a mass consciousness level, do your due diligence, do your meditations, and I promise you will become a clarity of mind. And if you're looking to break through your trance of your own ineptness, your own weakness, your own stagnation in life, because I shared in the very beginning, you are a powerful being. You are powerful beyond measure. It is not your dark, but it is your light that it makes you afraid. And if anybody questions me, hey, live call-in number, 717-846-5067. Go to Ptah Shakur there, Ptah Shakur at Gmail. Check me out on TikTok, Ptah Shakur 1111. Yeah, you got to put the 1111. That's the angel number. Some of you all recognize them numbers. You've been noticing on mailboxes. You've been noticing them on the digital screens at your job. You've been noticing on license plate 1111-222-333-911. You've been noticing that. Yeah, because you're coming alive. You're listening to the small whispers of your ancestors saying, look at the clock. Look over there. You are understanding that you are in this game and you have tremendous support around you. So if you are any of those individuals, I salute you. I ask you to do find compassion. Whatever you're passionate about, be passionate about your passion. Turn the TV off. Stop wondering, worried about what Trump is doing, what Biden did, what this person was. You hear what Trump did today? I get people to give me downright reports of everything that Trump did. You hear what Trump did today? What about you? What are you going to do today? What are you going to do to change yourself? And even the smallest change begets change. You can just rearrange your house. Rearrange your front room and living room, and you'll find out once you change one thing, then you want to change a little bit of this. Change your diet. Because believe it or not, that is the energy that is being shared right now, is helping us transition to a whole nother level. So either you ride with the wave or you're drowned under the waves. It's much like being in a low-lying area in New Orleans when Katrina rolled in. And you're sitting there in your house, and then you notice water coming in. Oh, there's water on the floor right there. That's my little down south accent. Then you notice your coffee table is starting to float. Gummy bears. What are you going to do? Are you going to move and you're going to actually pay attention to what's going on with using your 5 senses, using your 6th sense? We'll go into senses another time because it's really not even 5 senses, less than that. Most of your senses is touch. But we'll get into that another time. But you find yourself understanding what's going on in your environment and want to seek higher ground for your salvation and for your families. And you find yourself on the roof. Might even find yourself, you had your little boat. Might have a little boat on your patio and you canoeing out of the way. We have to do our due diligence at this particular time. Or, hold on. Ticky-tock. 1 second. Oh, my gummy bears. 1 second. I'm trying to do this authentication. Something simple as moving a puzzle piece. All right, here we go. So, like I said, we got about 10 more minutes to go on this particular broadcast. And before I kind of leave on out, I got a message, y'all. I got a message for the youth. I got some recommended reading for those here in the York, Lancaster, Harrisburg area. This is a wonderful book magazine. This is for free, y'all. This is called Natural Awakenings. This particular book is a magazine that comes out, I believe, weekly, maybe monthly. No, it comes out monthly. Gives wonderful recipes, tips as far as how to awaken the divinity that's within you, holistic expos and things. Check that out, as well as check out this wonderful book by a close friend of mine. Came up with this wonderful book here for those in the African American community. We wonder what exists, what practices, what rituals, what things did we involve ourselves in before we came over here on those slave ships. And no, I'm not talking about the information that's been indoctrinated with us, is that we were doing voodoo, cutting heads of chickens and dancing around in the dirt. No, we were kings and queens. All the great philosophers came and studied in the great libraries in Alexandria. Came and sat themselves and learned. Even Yeshua himself. Yes, the anointed one. Jesus himself. You ever ask your question in the scriptures is what happened when Jesus was a young individual? I believe he was a newborn and individuals were trying to kill him. But then the story picks up when he's 33 years old. I'm here to tell you. You can do the research yourself. Yeshua, was an individual who actually visited Cairo, learned quite a bit of information, and actually also went to Tibet, and I can't forget about the other place. But he would gather this great forms of knowledge, Hinduism, there in Cairo, and as well as in Tibet, and then returned home to actually share the gifts of knowledge that he was actually expressing. So it's very important to do a research on. And so this particular book, like I was sharing, actually goes into those practices that existed in Africa, aka Alcuban, I believe I'm pronouncing it correctly. And so please check that book out. But before I leave out, we've got a couple more minutes. I do want to share some information which is really key. Like I mentioned there, as far as how to break that trance, how to access the divinity within you. This is key things to keep in mind to follow at this particular time. Number one, do your own thinking on all occasions. The time of belief is over. You have ability to use your faculties to discern whether something is true or not. Don't be afraid to do the work, y'all. Number two, decide what you want for life and then create a plan to attain it and be willing to sacrifice everything for that rather than accepting a permanent defeat. We are not going to ask individuals outside ourselves to bring what it is that we are required to have by nature. We are no longer begging and pleading with individuals to give us what it is that is our birthright. Number three, and this is very, very important. This is even for youth as well. Being able to analyze temporary defeat, no matter what the nature or cause, and extract with it the seed of the equivalent advantage. Meaning this, failure is a part of success. It's not the opposite of success. The opposite of success is conformity. So be your shining light. Be that particular expression that you were put on this planet. Be the snowflake that which you are. And so when you go through these trials and tribulations of life and you get a result that is not desired, always go back to the drawing board and pick something that you learned as a result of that failure. I remember I had a event that I put together called the Extraordinary Gentleman event. And shout out to the mayor. Mayor, hop right up. When I shared as far as fail early, fail often. This is one thing that we share with the youth. Fail early, fail often. We don't want them to sit. We're not expecting perfection from anybody from 17 to 27. We're not expecting any type of perfection. And so you shouldn't either. Go ahead and get involved with certain things. You're going to fall. You're going to bump your head. But you've got to understand how to learn from that and take the equivalent of gold from that, aka temporary setback. There are no such things as failures, only temporary defeats. And so if we would have all of our youth, particularly inner city youth, would know that, they would definitely put their energy and will to manifest everything you have in your dream. Believe it or not, we're always 3 feet away from gold whenever we quit. So imagine if you get a sword or you got a machete and you figure I'm going to go to El Dorado and I'm going to find the city of gold. and you're chopping, you get your plane ticket, and you're going into the bush, and you're chopping all these trees down, you're getting there, and as soon as you just, I said, I ain't never gonna find this gold. Well, always, you're closer than what you think. And then when you have that fear, like I mentioned before, the fear of going in, getting a different job, a fear of moving to a different place, depending on the level of fear, that lets you know how close you are. And that enemy that exists inside of you, the only reason why that fear, that resistance would come up is because that energy, that intelligence knows that you're capable and you're very close to achieving what you have in your mind. So use fear and reverse engineer the fear within yourself to let you know how close you are to your particular stated goals. But before I leave on out, you also got to be, not only do you got to analyze temporary defeat and understand that failure is part of success, you also got to be willing to recognize that your brain is a receiving set and is attuned to the storehouse of intelligent, infinite intelligence. So be very careful what you feed your mind at this particular time. Are you feeding it desperate housewives? You're feeding it a bunch of drama, fighting, and things of that nature. Things that's not bringing you peace. The more you eat things that are of things that are peace, the more you will experience peace. Now, and then moving on to the physical food that you eat. You want to eat food that has life, not things that are dead. And no, you're not a meat eater. You're a dead flesh eater. Not unless you freshly killed something yourself and ate it while it's still alive, like a cannibal. You're eating dead meat. You're eating death. So your body is calling for things, superfoods, the sea moss and shilligans, the salads and fruits and things of that nature. You want to make sure you feed your brain what it is that you want to experience. And then understand that when you pray, do not beg. Demand what you want and insist upon getting exactly that with no substitute. Like I said, you have a direct line to bring in the things that you need into your life. You don't no longer you have to go through someone else and ask for these particular things. And then lastly, remember that your dominating thoughts attract by the shortest and most convenient route their physical counterpart. Be careful what your thoughts draw upon. So, like I said, those are some of the keys that I've mentioned for those who are looking to break free from this matrix. One of the greatest things is some of the music that you're feeding yourself. Understand that the Rockefellers changed the music scale, I believe it's back in the 1940s. So the music that we listen to is not even hitting our bodies the way that it was intended to. So this is a grand scheme to pull wool over my eyes and your eyes. However, rejoice, put a smile on your face. This is the time that was written about all the scriptures and the scrolls. And so we want to move forward and become the greatest version with that. So with that, this is Ptah Shakur. This is what my program is all about. Check me out on YouTube. See the plethora of videos that I've already produced here at Ptah Shakur at YouTube. Check me out on Facebook. Thank you, TikTok land. Ptah Shakur at 1111 on TikTok and on YouTube as well. And so my closing, what I share for everybody, to get in contact with the God divine within. Whether you need to go out and do a nature walk, you want to find yourself isolating from other people, wanting to kind of understand your energy without reflecting someone else's energy upon you. So when you do get in contact with that God divine within, I'm asking everybody to share a small dollop, a smidgen, a little tad of that with your fellow human beings that are walking around, like I said before, masquerading in physical flesh as your fellow human beings. And so we all can do our due diligence to bring heaven on earth. So this is Ptah Shakur. Until next time, love and light to you all.